What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing the build on the Ford 428, and man, we are just getting closer and closer to getting this build back on the road, and I just cannot wait. I just get super excited. But it looks like I'm gonna have to turn this engine build into a series. Initially I was just going to assemble the whole bottom end here, but it's just taking way too long and it's going to be a pretty massive video, so I figured I'd split this into smaller parts. That way I can get a video out for you guys every week. But the goal for today is to install the camshaft. I'm going to talk to you guys about how I ordered it and show you guys the process of installing a camshaft in your FE. So let me show you guys some parts and let's get this build started. Alright, we've got some parts coming in, and for the bearings I decided to go with Speed Pro. They're made by Federal Mogul, and I've just heard a lot of good things about these. I won't go into much detail until we get to the crankshaft video, but we also went with the ARP Campbell to Never Hurts, went with some Permatex assembly lube, which is really good. I've got the spirolocks for the rods and the pistons, the roller lifters right here, as you guys have seen, and the main event is a roller camshaft. So let's check out this baby and let's check the specs on it. Check out this awesome piece, you guys. I ordered this roller camshaft from Oregon Cam Grinding, and I just want to give a huge shout out to Ken, the owner. Man, he's a super cool guy, and he is just very knowledgeable when it comes to the Ford FE. And I must have been talking to him for like 40 minutes on the phone. We were just talking about Fords, and he was telling me about his 61 Starliner that he has. So you know he's a true Ford fanatic. But he was asking me all these questions about my car, you know, like the rear end gear ratio. He was asking me about the engine that I had and what my goals were with this car. And this is actually a custom grind camshaft. So he made this camshaft according to all the information that I gave him. And man, this thing is just awesome. I would definitely recommend him for any camshaft needs. If you guys are in the market, I would not hesitate to give him a call. Like I said, he is just super knowledgeable. And I just got to thinking, you know, when you're restoring these cars and you're finding parts, you're calling all these people and you just meet some of these vendors that are truly knowledgeable and that, you know, they're treating you right. You know, they're treating you as a customer, treating you fair. So just like Doug over at Precision Oil Pumps, you're just glad that these people are in this industry because they're just super easy to deal with and they're just very knowledgeable. But let me show you guys the specifications for this camshaft and check it out right here. So the duration at 50, it is at 232, 238, and for the exhaust, intake and exhaust, we're at 566. So not a crazy cam. I told him that I wanted a very nice low beat idle, but I didn't want it to shake the whole car, you know. So I do have a brake booster, so I'll still be using a vacuum canister to maintain that firm pedal feel. But you know, this is what he came up with all the information that I gave him, and that is just super cool that I have a custom grind camshaft to, you know, my specifications, to my information. And this is just some notes that he left me with, you know, standard mains. We're using the steel distributor gear because this is a steel roller cam and it's indexed at 163.3. So you might be asking, you know, what does a custom grind cost? So let me show you guys. So as of, let me see, as of 11/21, the price was $400 for the camshaft. And I also bought the retrofit roller lifters for $489 and a total of 925. So that's a nice large chunk of change, but I think it's definitely worth the extra cost for this custom grind. And check out the roller lifters. I've showed you guys this before. I just get super excited every time I pull these out, but we're still a little bit of ways of installing these. But just like I've said in the previous videos, I decided to go roller cam because this is my first ever engine build. And I've just heard a lot of, like horror stories of these flat tappet cams not breaking in properly, even when you do everything right. So I really want to avoid building this engine twice, so I only want to build it once. So I took the extra precaution and spent the extra money to go all roller. So that's what we're doing. So enough talk, let's get this stuff test fitted. Let's get it in the car, and I will include part numbers for all these parts in the description below. So let's start this engine build. All right, we've got the camshaft in. Check it out. And the only problem I had was on that last cam bearing. It was getting a bit tight on there, so I put some blue dye and I cleaned it out as best as I could and put it back in, and then just see where it made contact with that blue dye, and that's where I just sanded it with some 2000 grit. I've heard some mixed stuff about doing that. Some people say that you're going to embed the bearing with some trash material. I mean, I tried to clean it out as best as I could, but on the FE book it says that you can lightly scuff it just to get that clearance, But in a perfect world, I think we should have just line honed it and then get oversized cam bearings, but this is what we're working with. So the main thing is just trying to keep everything as clean as I can. Is the main thing for me, the main goal. But when you're installing your camshaft, I would say just take your time with it. Try to avoid hitting the lobes, and try to avoid putting nicks on your cam bearings there. If you have multiple spots where it's getting pretty tight and it's not allowing the cam to go through, I think at that point you're just gonna have to check your alignment of the can bearings and get them seated in properly. I don't have any tools to put the can bearings in, so I had the machine shop put them in. So that's might be your only option, is to take it back to the machine shop. But I'm gonna end the video here, guys. If you guys like the content, you guys like the channel, please subscribe. If you guys have any questions or any comments, let me know. And that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bam.